Hi there, and welcome to my channel. My name is Ken and I'm the One Hand Gamer. Today we are going to play our NFL debut against the Houston Texans. Please subscribe so you don't miss any of my new videos and hit that notification button so you know when they're released. And I hope you enjoy this game. Alright, it is loading. Here we go.
Today, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Houston Texans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaud, so happy to be with you to kick off this much-anticipated 2021 season. With me in the booth as we begin our 6th season together is, of course, Charles Davis. And CD, so much to watch for coming up. What are you keeping an eye on?
Well, Brandon, I'm ecstatic to be back with you, of course, and we've got a good one right here out of the gates. I'm interested in seeing some of the changes in 2021. Backs and wideouts, even linebackers wearing single-digit numbers. But even more than that, I want to see the changes defenses have made, because last year we averaged 49.6 points per game. That's the highest ever by 3 full points. Can these defenses make an adjustment and start to catch up?
Yeah, passer rating, CD, an all-time high. Completion percentage, also an all-time high. So as you said, will those numbers continue to climb northward, or will the defenses adjust? Throwing on first down.
Oh, jeez.
And incomplete to open things up. Tyler Davis, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
Oh, they did pick Trevor Williams.
Back to throw. Gregory. Phillip Dorsett hauls it in. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun.
There you go, there you go. Good job, good job.
And he is going to have the Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Alright. I'm going to run the ball in a minute. Pass this one first.
Again, he'll drop to throw. To the right side and complete to Landry. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Another completion there. You know, we think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but, Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden, too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career, an added burden, but it's one of those things that if you play well, it becomes something that justifies why you were taken #1. You're fine with that. If you don't play well, it can be an albatross.
No, let's do Y.
Throwing again on second down. Gregory. Able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw again. And this pass broke up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach.
We did try.
When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep, Golden Tate. Oh, it's a wobbler here. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans ready to take over here on offense, and it's Deshaun Watson at the controls in his 5th season now in the NFL.
Another tremendous year in 2020 where he led the NFL with 4,823 passing yards. And remember, that was in the year after DeAndre Hopkins was traded to Arizona. Also had 33 touchdown passes against only 7 interceptions. A dynamic performer.
That's great. Good job, boys. Good job.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beat. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
And we saw the result, negative yardage.
Let's do. These are big English. We can do either one. They're all games.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. A shotgun snap for Watson. With this to David Johnson. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Side, and he's got him in. That's Lindsey. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. And this is not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
35 yards that time on the punt, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injury down the stretch. Last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell.
There we go. We got the 1st down. Awesome, awesome.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
9 yards.
Every time I see James Robinson make a run, as we just saw there, one word comes to mind for me, and that's determined. Undrafted, out of Illinois State, always doubted, and all he did, finished 6th in the NFL in rushing. What a find he was in 2020, and he expects that to continue in 2021.
All right, here we go. Let's run it again.
6-yard line here. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Ooh.
From the 36, Gregory. That's going to be caught. It's Chenault. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter.
Well, if you pull up his college highlight reel, you will see no shortage of great throws, and here's one in his NFL debut for big yardage.
And this is going to be a big test early in his career. How accurate can he be on throws like this? If he keeps doing that, he's going to be just fine.
Looking to throw. Gregory. He's got it. That catch good for only a couple. We're scoreless after 1.
It's okay, though. We'll get it on the next play.
Second and goal from the 1.
It's actually good, though.
From the gun.
Gotcha.
Gregory. Ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man. Concert.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and it's now a 7-0 game.
That was 4 for 4. Awesome. Good job.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. From a couple yards, he'll bring it out of the end. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Do what?
Watson off play action. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So
way to go, boys.
Big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, they headlined the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that are going to come out of that. For that 17th game, and could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
All right, cool, Nellies. This is
Here's
great.
Cameron Johnston now, as he'll put it away for the 2nd time. Six-yard return after a punt of 48. And out will come the offense as they take over. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Yeah, that wasn't very good. But that's all right.
They'll run it now with Robinson.
Yeah, first down there, though.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's the way to play.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Let's do Y.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. They'll run here with Robinson.
Still getting a little bit.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The 39, Gregory to the right side, and he's got Lamb complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to get things that he can put in place on the field?
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
But give them credit for a good read right there, because they read man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Just killing a little bit of time. That's what I'm doing. Alright, that's fine.
Back to throw. Gregory.
There it is, touchdown.
Touchdown, Jaguars.
Yes, good job, Ken. Good job.
From 3 yards out, and the Jaguars add on to their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Lambo on for the extra point.
good.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown.
All right, let's see what we got.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. A good return up past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
Try stopping.
Watson on first down. That's the tight end, Hurst, with it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Excellent.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson dumping it off Johnson. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now a first down throw. Watson out to the flat here for Johnson. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a second down. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. Caught by the tight end, Hurst.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to move the tight end down into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
I did. I thought he stayed in bounds.
Third and 2, Watson.
Got him. Fumble. Oh, we got the ball.
Lost it, and the Jags grab it.
Wow.
And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Wow.
He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Touchdown. Might be able to. If not, we'll get a field goal.
Following the fumble recovery, Gregory. Dorsett making the catch. And he's going to have a first down and into field goal range here at the 29. Now a timeout called for by the offense as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. On first down, Gregory sets up the screen to Robinson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Looking to throw. Gregory. He's going to drive this underneath Robinson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call timeout. The kick by Lambeau is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start out in Indy. Seattle in town for the season opener against Indianapolis. And it's the Seahawks who are out in front in the second quarter. Dwayne Eskridge, a touchdown reception. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets at halftime. Sam Darnold has a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Ryan Tannehill looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gott and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Here comes Cobb. Return, pretty good position. They'll start at the 32. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to win this game.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again is one. Over the middle by Hurst. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On 1st and 10 is Lindsay. And no room then, getting it to about the 46. Tackled there by Rayshon Jenkins. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, here's Watson. It's complete to Golden Tate. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
All right.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Watson. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. Game 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down now. It's Johnson, and he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Watson.
Oh, jeez.
This is caught. It's Cooks. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
I thought that Brandon Cooks took over the #1 role for the Texans after DeAndre Hopkins was shipped to Arizona, and he wound up with a team-leading 81 catches in 2020, his most since 2015.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a handoff, Lindsay. Touchdown, Houston. Philip Lindsay taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Texans are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was capped off by a Philip Lindsay touchdown run.
The question is, can we come back and screw it?
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a toss left into the hands of his tight end. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is that right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A little bit helps, right?
To throw. Gregory. That caught right side. Chenault with it. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hand down and finish this one off.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
And there's some slants. I like the slants. That's what we're going to do.
On 1st and 10, Gregory.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 38. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score. Pick 6 for the Texans TV. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have got a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point.
tell you what, that was something else.
And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game.
I'm not expecting that.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
I was not expecting that.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a yard too deep, here comes a return. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on. And this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. So a nice throw there. And CD, I'd have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
Now, you know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come and with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
Throwing on first down. Gregory over the middle.
I'll take it.
And he'll work it across midfield inside
keep moving the ball and hold on.
15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Gregory. It's complete to Robinson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back to completions, they are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, that's the tight end Landry. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Tell you what, he's able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
That ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
We needed that because if they scored another touchdown,
they have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Lambo to add on the extra point.
Oh, it's no good.
Oh, and it's no good.
Oh,
he tugged
man.
it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is.
It's all right. We still have more. We still have a 9-point lead.
back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Yeah, that just, I tried.
Houston set to take over. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
It does, but hopefully we can stop.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Out of the gun, Watson.
There you go. Good job.
It's Johnson. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. A good start there on 1st down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
There it is. There it is. Good job.
That's it, and down he goes. Josh Allen. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
All right. There's a 2-minute warning.
Left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
All right. Good job.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Oh, intercepted.
This is intercepted, and that
Wow.
should do it. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run. Robinson.
One bad, one bad.
The 25. Second effort couldn't free him. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run again here with Robinson.
They couldn't stop.
20 before he's brought down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to put one there after giving up the 1st down. Robinson. He will push his way down to about the 15. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they'll indeed take a knee. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Almost done, honey. It's my cat.
Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory in hand.
Let's see if we can get this.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
That makes up for the point that I lost.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Watson of the Texans now down by 12. A little under 40 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down.
We'll do one.
Watson to throw. Pass complete. Hurts. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Watson. He's got Johnson.
That was
no
good.
gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Watson trying to get his guys moving. Watson to Charles. How
goodness, look at
this defense. As we talked earlier, Alex Bishop maybe on her way to a
couldn't
victory
go the
in her
distance this
debut
time.
as defensive coordinator.
I don't think you can help but be impressed because I believe she's called a great game. Defense looks to be a cohesive unit, and the first thing you say when you see that, that's a byproduct of good coaching. She's doing a really nice job.
Last play of the game right here.
One last throw here for Watson. A shot for the end zone.
Interception. That was great. What a way to end the game.
Down as time has now run out on this game. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football
Yeah.
where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, but now I'm listening to you. So for Jacksonville, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.
Well, our quarterback did pretty good.
Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Well, thank you, buddy. Hey, Ken, congratulations. Congrats on making your NFL debut. You look like you belong out there, and that's the big step for a rookie. Keep it up, and let me know if you need anything. Yo, thanks for reaching out. It means a lot coming from you, and I'll definitely hit you up. Just so you know, though, the goal is to take over the top spot you're occupying. Well, I'm going to be doing everything I can to hold you and everyone else off as long as I can. Huh. Well, that's not too bad. All right.
Well, I couldn't be any more excited about who's joining us here today. She's one of the most popular and prominent voices on discussions related to sports and pop culture. And of course, when you're not listening to my podcast, you're probably listening to hers, appropriately titled The Nia Polanco Show. Nia, it is great to have you on the podcast.
Well, thank you for having me on, Kevin. You know, it's a nice change of pace to be in the guest seat instead of the host seat.
Yeah, you know, a little change of role. But now, look, you've been at it for, what is it, a little over a year now, hosting your show, am I right?
Yeah, it's been about 15 months now. We debuted last spring.
Okay, so you're a savvy old veteran now, and I know in these 15 months you've managed to cross paths with just about every big name in sports and entertainment. But there's one athlete in particular, Nia, I have to ask you about. You were there on draft night. You watched him get chosen by the Jaguars with their top pick. I think you know where I'm going here.
Yeah, I think I've had more people ask me about him than maybe any of my other guests, which really surprised me initially. It was a great interview, and he was way more candid than I expected he would be. But I think I might have underestimated how culturally relevant he already is.
Exactly. And, that makes two of us. And it wasn't really until the past few weeks that I really started to realize just how much of an impact he's having, obviously on the field, but also off of it. So Nia, let's focus on that off-the-field part for a moment. Because from what I hear, he's got a terrific support system that deserves some of the praise. Am I right?
I think it's fair to give some credit to his inner circle. He brought his agent, Jordan Wright, with him on the show, and you can tell that she's providing some great guidance on how to handle himself. Not saying he wouldn't have figured it out on his own, but he's got his team in place, and that's very important for a young athlete.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's no question. And honestly, it's refreshing to see, so kudos to him. All right, so let's talk about your podcast. And it's funny, I was listening to...
Well, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you all in the next video. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my new content. Thank you so much.